as it is, because there is no assisted dying law, I have to think about the worst case scenario. Because if I want any power or control, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. You know, illness is, it's like an erosion of self, and it's a powerlessness. So to give sick people, give suffering people some degree of control, a very important degree of control over what happens, is immensely beneficial. And yeah, I think about it a lot, and I'd like not to. Make myself coffee. I can go to Dignitas, which is expensive and just kind of miserable to sort of die in exile. My partner can't come because of the legal implications, so I'll be alone. If I choose, if that's not my choice, if I choose to basically take my life by my own hand, again, my partner can't be with me because of the legal implications. It's a horrible thing to sort of think and have to have a plan and think my partner's going to come home and see me and find me, and what if I botch it? Or these are horrible thoughts to have, but when you have an MS diagnosis, this is the stuff you think about. An assisted dying law for the incurably suffering feels so urgent now because of the peace and the benefits, frankly, to my mental health and my partner's that it would offer me right now. You know, I would be able to put all those thoughts away. I wouldn't have to think about how, when, who would I tell. I'd just be able to put that to the side and just take things as they come. And I would be able to eke every moment out. I wouldn't be frightened of, like at the moment there's this paradoxical situation where I have to be well enough to die. Like, why is my suffering not good enough? I don't know, that's this kind of feeling of, if you're terminally ill, a couple months to live, that's the sort of suffering that people are interested in and people are compassionate about. And I feel if an assisted death is a compassionate response to that kind of suffering, why is it not a compassionate response to people in unbearable, incurable suffering as well? I feel a bit, I feel happy for the people who will be able to access an assisted death should that law pass, but I feel incredibly frustrated for myself. The idea of accelerating someone's death who is not sort of imminently going to die, I get the reservations around that. I would just ask people to think about individual circumstances, not necessarily even think about what they would want, just think about a world in which people have the choice, because you may never choose that, but do you think it's right that no one should ever have this option?
The law as it stands is not fit for purpose. You can have brilliant palliative care, and that's really, really important that is part of this conversation. We've got people working in hospices and settings up and down the country helping people at the end of life. But for some people, palliative care is not going to ease their pain and suffering, and they are asking for the choice to have an assisted death, and I think they should be given that choice. We need a robust bill, as far as I'm concerned, so this bill will be about terminally ill people, and it will be about terminally ill people who do not have long left to live. I understand that people would want a bill that goes further, but I am nervous about having wide criteria without really stringent parameters, because I think that's when people really will worry about where the direction of travel is. So as far as I'm concerned, the bill needs to be tight, it needs to be robust, and it needs to be just for people with terminal illness.
Que le gouvernement, lorsque la majorité s'est engagée, elle fasse un choix.
Martino!